I'm going to be reacting to another suggestion video. I'm trying to do a lot more suggestions now just to kind of like catch up because I know I'm super behind on them. So this is another suggestion that I have. It is another Blame It on George video, so I'm actually kind of excited for this because I know his videos are actually pretty interesting and I get into in depth and all that, and obviously talk about shit. So it's called LHOHQ. I have no idea what the fuck that is. Yeah, I don't know what the fuck that is. The most dangerous rabbit hole on the internet. No idea what to expect here whatsoever. I have no idea. I don't want to look anything up. I don't want to spoil anything if that is what this is going to do. So we will see what happens, I guess. Excited, kind of nervous because I don't know what to expect. I don't know how many thoughts I'll have, obviously, because obviously I don't know what this is at all. So, with that being said, change this to white, and we can get started. It's almost half an hour, so it's pretty lengthy. It's not like that short, so it must be something pretty interesting. Let's go, guys.
This video is brought to you by Filmora. If you're stuck in quarantine, now is the perfect time to start a YouTube channel.
Really?
And luckily, Filmora is
I
here
already had a YouTube channel since 2012, my
Filmora
dude.
is an incredibly easy-to-use video editing software.
I've heard of Filmora, but I've never used it before.
Beginners who might not know how to make a video.
I know how to make a video. I know what I'm doing for the most part.
Whether you're a film reviewer, makeup guru, lost media enthusiast, or any other type of channel, Filmora makes video editing simple. There's tons of presets built into the program, such as music, titles, filters, and animated elements. And best of all, it's free to try. My favorite thing about Filmora is that it even comes with their own online library of free audio, images, and stock footage called FilmStock. Isn't that incredible? I mean, every YouTuber I know uses stock footage. If you're interested, click the link in the description below to download and try out Filmora for free. And don't forget to check out FilmStocks.
I like that.
Link down below as well.
I think I've had Filmora before,
Thanks
though.
again
I
to
don't know.
Filmora for sponsoring this video.
I don't know if I've actually used it, though. Probably not. To like edit a video.
In 2017, a user named Michael84 posted on Votes about a creepy website he discovered. The post is titled, "What the fuck is this?" and reads as follows. I was using Google to search for James A. Corp, as it is part of JA's, or James Alefantis' email address, jamesacorp@gmail.com.
Okay.
It took me to this site.
Just
A very weird site full of email addresses, and a disturbing picture. You should really check it out for yourself.
You spelled it really wrong.
When I open the site on my mobile, it wants to download something and open it with Google Play. Haven't done that yet.
Don't do that.
I changed the URL to this. That's even weirder.
So you got rid of the people.
Although the post was quickly deleted, those who were able to see it were exposed to one of the strangest and potentially most dangerous rabbit holes on the internet. This is LHOHQ.
Most dangerous rabbit hole on the internet. I don't even know, like, what do they mean by dangerous rabbit hole? That's already really creepy, though. I'm actually really nervous for this already.
Before we can dive into this strange website, understand that some of the pages contain bright, flashing colors, nudity, and even talks of MK Ultra and mind control. I'm going to be censoring a lot of that in this video, but if you choose to visit the site, you have been warned. Alright, let's dive in.
Alright. The headquarters. Alright.
When you first visit LHOHQ.info, everything seems to be pretty normal at first. There's no flashing lights or disturbing images, and we learned that LHOHQ stands for Laughing Horses Orifice Headquarters.
It's kind of weird.
However, in the bottom left corner, we see some text that looks like gibberish and an image of a very young-looking girl with a gun. Acts of embryo, owners of a local ballot to sources acting HQW.
It says 14, so I'm assuming she's 14.
Gibberish.
So I can only guess.
I have no idea what this is trying to say. And before you ask, I tried putting the gibberish through the Caesar cipher, but nothing came up. Clicking on the image, however, leads to this page.
Oh.
This website contains even more text that's either hard to interpret or even secretly hidden. What's odd is that almost every image and every block of text leads to a page containing a video. As I've stated earlier, I'll be editing out some of the flashing lights, but this video does talk about mind control. I doubt anything bad will really happen, but if you're not a fan of stuff like that, feel free to skip to here. Alright, let's take a look.
The message is now part of and registered in your subconscious mind. Every time you say, see, hear, or think, that's your key phrase. It will trigger the entire message without your being aware of it. It will signal your subconscious mind, flashing a message. The subconscious will listen and absorb this message.
Exactly.
Pull your wallet out of your pants and pray.
This just make me tired.
The feminist dupes of the conspiracy charge that not enough members are women. Bob would agree to that. Indeed, he would say there will never be enough women. But at least the ones we have are all woman. And Bob is all man, the James Bond of Zen masters, the most dashing religious leader of his time.
Alright then. Don't know what to say to that
At
at all.
first I was taken back by some of the flashing lights and talks of mind control in the beginning of the video. Towards the end, I began asking myself, who is Bob? And why does this video seem to regard him as some type of god?
I better listen to
I
what they
thought
were
this
saying.
was
At
a
first I was
lead,
kind of
but
like, wait, why?
as some of you may have guessed by now, this video came from the Church of the Subgenius, a popular parody religion in the counterculture scene. According to one Reddit user, the religion combines theology, conspiracy theory, subversion of middle class, and mainstream values, inherently becoming somewhat bizarre. The Church of the Subgenius actually has nothing to do with LHOHQ, besides having one of their videos on their site. In fact, you can find a handful of videos on LHOHQ. Some that seem to critique or even mock events like 9/11, others that appear to be quite old, and some avant-garde art pieces, all without any form of accreditation besides LHOHQ. Therefore, it's likely that the creators behind these videos are also behind LHOHQ. The only problem is that no one seems to know who these actors are, but more on that in a moment. Scattered throughout their web pages, and there are a lot of them, are various documents, images, and references to US politics and conspiracies. I'm into conspiracies, but I can't make out what some of this info is. Over the years, LHOHQ has periodically popped up on 4chan boards and Reddit threads,
I don't understand.
usually from people asking what the hell this website is. Some users believe it to be hiding illicit material that can only be attained by clicking through the correct path of links. Others say it's some sort of mind control experiment, or simply a honeypot for the FBI.
Could be a scam.
Reddit user Web of Slime claims that the site contains information that, if reported on, would bring the US government to a halt, but states that you need the brains to do so. And of course, there are those who believe it to be an ARG.
I don't know if
Before
I
long, a collection of around 200 pages were gathered by 4chan users,
Whoa.
though some claim that the total number of pages are in the thousands.
Probably. The leaks. Alright.
Let's talk about what's
Whoa.
probably the most well-known thing about LHOHQ, the leaks. On several pages, you'll find the emails, phone numbers, and even addresses of many people who I'm assuming are all politicians, considering that both Bill and Hillary Clinton's information can be found. I want to remind everybody that there could very well be some serious consequences in contacting the people involved, and I highly advise against doing so. I'm just here to take you on the journey I went through while exploring this website. The first of these pages shows an eerily young-looking woman smiling and dancing in front of a background comprised of several people's contact information. Below her are two options: click here and don't click here. Fearing for my life, I decided to go on click here, which led me to a page with a blue robot lady with a baby doll. There's more contact information on the background of the page, as well as an image of former President of Egypt, Hosni Mubarak. And this page is quite long.
What the fuck does that even say?
I'm not quite sure what to say about it other than it's pretty creepy. Keep in mind that the lights are flashing and there's even music.
That's creepy as hell. And the flashing lights too? No.
By
I'm not
clicking
going
on almost anywhere, you are then led to a page that I can't even show. Just know that it contains a lot of images of sex dolls, both on the page and in the background, and even more contact information below it.
What?
The fourth and final page is the don't click here option.
So obviously you're gonna click there.
If you decide to click on there, you get a listing of more politicians, including current President of the United States, Donald J. Trump, featuring phone numbers, emails, and addresses, accompanied by a map. It appears as though that, unlike the other pages, this page simply contains screenshots from Intellia's Premiere, a public service that lets you perform background checks on people, including date of birth, relatives, and even past addresses and employment history. So it's not like this is all super confidential or anything. It's just that whoever's behind LHOHQ must have spent a lot of time collecting everything. Or maybe he didn't. While showing this website to a friend, we noticed something odd. A lot of the information has auto-added or phone uncategorized in parentheses, meaning that a good portion of this data, if not all, could have been simply gathered by a bot. The only question now is, where did the data come from?
Yeah, exactly.
Well, the images on the Intellia's Premiere page make it clear that this was taken in 2016, which is roughly around the time WikiLeaks was publishing all those leaked emails. It's likely that whoever created these particular pages did so when the WikiLeaks email scandal was happening, through maybe the use of a bot. As the final nail in the coffin, the earliest saved archive of the other three pages, according to the Wayback Machine, is September 11th, 2016.
A chance encounter. Well, alright then.
What's interesting to note is that one 4chan user was able to find the very first mention of LHOHQ from way back in 2007.
Oh wow.
On a forum post from AboveTopSecret.com, a user known as Alex M posted this message. Today, while walking down the street with friends, I discovered a sheet of paper with a strange symbol on it taped to the side of a small billboard. For whatever reason, it struck me as extremely weird, so I pocketed it with the hope of discovering what it meant. Is it a riddle? Just a symbol? I have no idea, but hopefully someone here will recognize something from it. Here's a picture of the symbol. On the bottom of the hexagon is a cobra inside of a circle. In the center of the pentagon maze is an eye. Around the outside of the hexagon are the letters HQLH and O in that order. Has anyone ever seen anything like this? I guess what strikes me most, beyond the fact that it is weird as hell, is the creepy eye in the center. Reminds me of the Illuminati eye.
Exactly.
On a semi-related note, I live in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. although the links are now broken and don't lead to anything. This is what I believe the symbol was, despite it not having a cobra inside of a circle. We see a pentagon containing a maze with the Eye of Horus in the center, surrounded by a hexagon with the letters LHOHQ on the outside. Commenters on the forum post tried coming up with theories, and one user posted an old LHOHQ page that is only accessible through the Wayback Machine.
Yeah, laughing horses.
I think I found your answer. In Milwaukee, there is an organization called Laughing Horses Orifice Headquarters, LHOHQ, starting from L at the top. Not sure what they're into, but they seem kinda out there. Found a couple of websites, and you can search and find some MySpace pages as well. The second link posted by this user is very much still active, as it seems to have last been updated on April 13th, 2020.
Wow.
The text seems to just be a copy and paste of the policy rules from MLP poll, which is an odd combination of the MLP board and the politically incorrect board. Getting back to Alex's post, the most notable thing about it is the fact that the OP mentioned Milwaukee, Wisconsin. This location could be the possible birthplace of LHOHQ. Otherwise, how else would their symbol on a piece of paper end up being taped to a billboard there, unless
Exactly.
they did it personally?
Definitely kind of interesting. Yeah, I have no idea what to say to any of this. I'm just really, I don't know what to say. Not to be like dry or anything, but like I don't know what to say to
Let's
this at
head
all.
back to the main page. You might have noticed these 4 seemingly useful links: advertising, products, about, and contact. Advertising leads to a seemingly endless stream of documents and one video. I haven't gone through it all, but there's a lot of them. It could make up the bulk of the 200 plus pages on the site. Products contain most, but not all of the videos. About, which I thought could contain information about LHOHQ, but all it says is, Laughing Horses Orifice is dedicated to the highest possible quality product.
Yeah, okay.
Our standards of excellence always involve our vision to grow our product going forward, and to ensure our corporate vision is always our top priority. And then it repeats. The links on the side lead to a rabbit hole of other pages with flashing
I
lights
didn't
and
realize
nudity.
it's the exact same thing, wow.
And finally, contact, which lets users post whatever comment they want. On some of the pages containing a video, there is a link that says Photo by DM. Clicking on it leads to a blog post page belonging to a person called Dmitry Myaskovsky. The page is apparently in Indonesian, according to my Google Translate, and is empty. However, a quick Google search will lead you to some of Dmitry's art on WordPress and Flickr. I can't show a lot of his work on this video because there's also a lot of nudity, but on the bottom of his WordPress page are a set of links that he shared, one of which being LHOHQ. Furthermore, on his Flickr page, he makes mention of the Milwaukee River in Wisconsin. This seemed promising, so I sent Dmitry an email asking for any information he had on LHOHQ, but I haven't gotten a response. It's unknown if Dmitry was directly involved with Laughing Horses Orifices, or if he was simply commissioned to take photos or even produce some of the art for the site. Finally, his Flickr page was created in January 2007.
Why? That's so
A few months
pointless.
before their logo was discovered and posted on Above Top Secret by Alex M. All this seems to imply that LHOHQ is some sort of artistic project, potentially created by a person who is deeply interested in politics and conspiracies. So much so that this person has created pages and pages of information, videos, and documents
So it's
as
a
like
waste
a
of time.
database or a
I don't
collection of
understand.
some kind. That could explain why the Bob video was there, as it does mention mind control in the beginning.
Mark Escribano.
There's one last person of interest to talk about before closing our exploration. A person that I think clears up the air quite a bit. Through some sleuthing, I came across film director and photographer Mark Escribano. By navigating through his website, I was able to find some of his work. Eventually, I was led to his Vimeo page, where a lot of his short films were
Clock
uploaded.
Tower?
It seemed like a lot of them had that silent era vintage look. After some scrolling, I came across this. This is Space Girl, First Time on the Farm, by LHOHQ.
HQ.
The video was uploaded in 2013, and the description reads, short film by LHO, made for a 24-hour competition. I decided to investigate further, and according to Mark's LinkedIn page, he studied at the University of Wisconsin-Milwaukee from 2000 to 2006.
There it is.
Before relocating to his current location in Los
2007
Angeles.
is when the whole LHOHQ thing was
Assuming this
found.
film festival was in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, we were able to find this, courtesy of the Wayback Machine, a 24-hour film contest that took place in Milwaukee, Wisconsin on July of 2007. Now, I couldn't find a page that directly stated that LHOHQ was a contestant in this competition, but I'm willing to bet that this was the festival where Space Girl was submitted. I'm also willing to bet that the piece of paper that Alex M found was meant to be as a sort of advertisement or marketing stunt for their films. What's strange is that the films on Mark's Vimeo page actually include credits. Take Space Girl, for example. In the beginning of the Vimeo version, we see a title card with some of the names of the cast involved. The LHOHQ version, on the other hand, starts with a shot of a horse's behind. The ending of the film on Vimeo includes a complete list of the cast and crew, and even the year. The LHOHQ version instead just shows the name of the film and their abbreviations. This made me wonder, why were their names cut from this version of the film?
Yeah, it's like secretive or something.
If it was for privacy reasons, then why would the Vimeo version, the one with credits, exist?
Exactly.
It's not just Space Girl either. Another LHO film called The Pond is on Mark's Vimeo page, and that one has credits in the beginning, whereas the LHOHQ version does not.
Kind of weird for sure. So they're hiding something, obviously.
You can spend hours looking through the various documents and pages on LHOHQ, and who knows, maybe there is something nefarious in there.
Aliens.
In that case, take this video as a sort of introduction to LHOHQ. However, at the end of the day, I believe these sites to either be intentionally bizarre as a marketing ploy for their films. After all, it's almost the first thing you'll find when visiting these sites.
So it's
A hub or
English.
database for conspiracy theories and sensitive data. Or net art, which was popular in the 90s and 2000s. All I know for sure is that LHO started out as a group of filmmakers from Wisconsin who now run a series of bizarre and potentially dangerous websites that keep getting brought up from time to time. Maybe it's something. It might all just be nothing.
Leftovers.
There's a few things worth mentioning before we end things off. LHOHQ is one letter away from LHOHQ, a piece of art by Marcel Duchamp. The art is simply a postcard of the famous Mona Lisa, but with a mustache and goatee sketched on it, almost like a crude parody. I'm not an expert on Marcel by any means, but his movement, the Deism, was supposedly anti-mainstream and challenged the idea of what art is through his avant-garde works. It's then possible that LHOHQ is simply embracing this movement.
Okay.
The official email on their site that we mentioned earlier shares the same profile picture as this YouTube channel. This channel has been around for quite a few years and has uploaded several bizarre videos.
8 years ago. What?
A blog
I was trying to
exists by a
comprehend
user
all that,
known
and I'm
as
like,
American
wait,
Jones.
what? You made my brain
He's been
spin.
around since 2005, and he lists his LHOHQ as one of his blogs. His posts deal with US politics and conflicts during Bush's and Obama's presidency. His last post was on November 9th, 2016, the day Donald Trump was elected President of the United States.
Wow.
His post was
it
simply
said done.
titled, Done. And it reads,
Welcome to
the New World Order.
Can't say I'm
Can't say I'm surprised.
Alright. Interesting.
Finally, it seems as if LHOHQ has a sister site called
What?
Applied Chaos Dynamics Control Association, or ACDCA.
ACDCA.
The two sites appear to share a page that we mentioned earlier in the video, LHOHQ.AppliedChaosDynamicsControlAssociation.net. If you head to ACDCA, you'll find an archive of articles and papers on history, dimensions, quantum science, and other complicated
It
topics.
definitely seemed like they're a little bit like
Clearance
related
provided
then.
courtesy of LHOHQ. What's weird is that the people involved in this don't seem to exist.
What?
Take Ambrose Nemopoulos, for example. His LinkedIn page says he's an associate at ACDCA and that he's from Albuquerque, New Mexico. Take a look at his profile picture. It's a smeared photo of Michael Chertoff, then second United States Secretary of Homeland Security under President Bush. Here's another paper, this time researched by Dagwood Engelberg,
Oh.
and edited by Bentley Pathailo. Dagwood's Facebook says he's a consultant at ACDCA, and that he's from Albuquerque, New Mexico. His profile photo is a smeared version of Jesse Jackson Jr.
What?
Bentley's LinkedIn page says he's currently an associate at ACDCA, and that he
From
worked for
Albuquerque?
LHO.
Where's
He
the
lives
show?
in Albuquerque,
Of course he
and his
does.
profile picture is actually a photo of Ken Rockwell, a photographer from California who has nothing to do with this.
Hmm.
What's going on here? Why do all these fake accounts exist? And what's going on in Albuquerque, New Mexico?
Yeah.
That
What
might
that
be a
is.
mystery for another day.
Well, alright then. That was definitely kind of weird. I don't really know what to say, as obviously all that was kind of weird and random. So ACDCA and obviously LHOHQ is obviously kind of related, it seems like. I have no words for it. Like, I don't even know what to say to that at all. Like, I don't even know what to say to that. Like, just seems like a weird site that obviously someone had way too much time to create. The fact that there's so much data on it, the fact that there's like nudity, I don't know who made that. Probably some random pervert. Or perverts that randomly just wanted to make a random site like that, I have no idea. So yeah, it seems like Milwaukee and Albuquerque are like the sussest places apparently for that, because that's where the whole LHOHQ thing was found, and the whole ACD thing is in like New Mexico, so I don't know what to say. I don't know what to say. I feel like it's just like a random site that someone made, like, just because they're bored or something. I have no idea why there's like fake profiles, smeared, or like photos that are just kind of like, you know, of somebody else with a fake name that they probably made up or just got from nowhere. So I don't know what to say to this whatsoever. If you guys have any thoughts, let me know. But for me, I'm just kind of thinking, I'm just I can't comprehend it all, and I'm not doing a good job at it. Let's just say that. So with that being said, comment down below what you guys think. If you guys have any like info on it, let me know. If there's like an update on it, if you find out more information, let me know and I'll watch that video too. But as far as right now, it just seems like a random site that someone made. I don't know if any of that information is correct or true. Where did the information come from? Do they just get it offline? Like, for example, Donald Trump's 70 years old. Okay, they probably got that from online. It's like simply looking up Donald Trump, his birthday and all that. Obviously, that's stuff that you can find easily online. Obviously, some stuff is easily accessible online. That's just a random or obvious thing. Just like a famous person, you obviously find this shit online. Posted by God knows who. Or like Wikipedia and all that, you know. But I don't know really what to say about that, to be honest. I really don't. But yeah, if you guys have any thoughts, let me know in the comments below. If you have any suggestions, let me know in the comments or on Instagram. And again, the reason I'm asking you to suggest it on Instagram is just because there's so many comments on my YouTube, especially some people, I'm not going to name names, but some people write numerous comments in one video. like 5 comments, one person, one video, so it's obviously going to take me a while to scroll all the way through. And obviously, if there's numerous comments today, which obviously I like that you guys comment, obviously that's a good thing, but then if there's a lot of suggestions and I don't catch them, or I have to go back, then it's like I'm not going to find them. So that's the issue with that. That's why I want you guys to suggest them on Instagram so I can easily see them. All I do is go through the chats and delete the chat once I have the suggestion done or have the suggestion downloaded, and then I don't have to do anything like further, right? So yeah, that's all it's really for, to be honest, just for that reason. But I am trying to suggest any suggestion or screenshot any suggestions I got on comments, just so I can have them, just so I don't like miss any or lose any or whatever you want to call it. But yeah, anyway, that's going to be it. So please let me know in the comments below what you guys thought. If there's any continuations, of course, let me know. If there's any more Blame It on George videos you want me to watch, let me know. And I feel like Blame It on George is kind of like an investigating channel, kind of like trying to like discover what this is, discover what that is. Kind of like an information collecting channel to kind of like see what this is, or see what this is, or see what that is, right? And then just kind of share with the internet, right? So that's kind of what I feel like Blame It on George is. I don't know if there's like an actual description of what he does, but obviously I have a good idea. But definitely pretty interesting. I like investigating kind of stuff too, but if it's like really hard to like find information on or whatever, then I'm kind of like, I quit. So yeah, again, that being said, let me know in the comments below what you guys thought. Be sure to subscribe if you have not done so yet. And as always, be sure to like this video if you haven't liked it yet. And be sure to turn on post notifications as well, so you never miss any notifications that I do upload, or so you don't miss any videos that I do upload. You'll get notified. I upload twice a day, usually at 12 p.m. and 6 p.m, so just a heads up for that. And again, that's going to be it. I'll see you guys next video. Peace out. Thanks for watching.